You are watching Shalom World News. I'm Rory McLennan coming to you from Glasgow, Scotland. Here are the latest headlines from around the world. The United States Conference of Catholic Bishops has slammed the proposed federal spending package, calling it the most extreme pro-abortion funding bill in the country's history. In a statement issued on Wednesday, July the 14th, Cardinal Timothy Dolan of New York and Archbishop Joseph Naumann of Kansas City, who chair the Episcopal Conference's Religious Liberty Committee and the USCCB's Pro-Life Committee, said the pro-abortion appropriations bill effectively mandates healthcare professionals to participate in abortions and forces American citizens to pay for abortion with tax dollars. The Hyde Amendment, which prohibits federal funding of most elective abortions in Medicaid, that is the US program that helps with medical costs, is not included in the current Labour, Health and Human Services, Education and Related Agencies budget bill. The Hyde Amendment was initially proposed in 1976, and it has been included in federal budgets every year since then. In the US, abortion supporters tried to disrupt a pro-life rally on Saturday, July the 10th. Witness for Life, which is a monthly pro-life prayer rally in Brooklyn, was blocked by members of New York City for Abortion Rights outside St Paul's Church before the scheduled Holy Mass. Carrying signs reading messages such as God loves abortion, pro-choice activists chanted slogans and tried to hinder the silent rally to the local Planned Parenthood clinic 7 blocks away from the church. With a police escort, the pro-life rally took 2 hours to complete. The protest against the Witness for Life Day of Prayer has now happened for the second time this year alone. The same group had tried to disrupt the pro-life rally last month. The Holy Father Pope Francis returned to the Vatican on Wednesday, July the 14th, after being discharged from the Gemelli Polyclinic in Rome, where he was convalescing after colon surgery. According to the director of the Holy See's press office, Matteo Bruni, after leaving the hospital on Wednesday morning, the pontiff visited the Basilica of St Mary Major to pray before the icon of the Virgin Mary, who is venerated as Salus Populi Romani, or the protectress of the Roman people, before returning to the Vatican. The Holy Father expressed his gratitude for the success of his surgery and prayed for all the sick, especially those he had met during his hospitalization. Before midday, he returned to his residence of Casa Santa Marta. In what is seen as an act that targets Christian groups, the request of the Australian Christian Lobby, or ACL, to hire the Albany Entertainment Centre and Perth Concert Hall for an event has been rejected. The application was not considered as the authorities cited the West Australian government's policy of refusing to lease its facilities to groups with opposing viewpoints. Last month, the Perth Theatre Trust used its venue hire policy to deny the ACL's request for an event featuring its head Martin Iles, claiming that the organisation had politically driven objectives. The venue hire regulation was finalised a few days after the government's resounding election victory in March, and it was amended after the ACL was banned from the state's facilities. A federal judge in the United States has struck down an Indiana statute that was slated to take effect on July the 1st, and that would have forced doctors to inform women undergoing drug-induced abortions that the impact of the first pill in the regimen could be undone. After Governor Eric Holcomb signed the bill into law in April, several pro-abortion advocacy groups, including Planned Parenthood, had requested a judge to block it in a lawsuit filed on May the 18th in the United States District Court in Indianapolis. US District Judge James Patrick Hanlon ordered that the abortion rights groups had a reasonable possibility of establishing that the mandate would violate abortion providers' free expression rights. According to state statistics, drug-induced termination of pregnancy accounted for 55% of all abortions in Indiana in 2020. The Catholic Church of Cambodia is mourning the death of a Catholic missionary who was the first to permanently settle in the nation after the fall of the Pol Pot regime. 78-year-old Father Tony Vendramin passed away in a hospital in Phnom Penh, where he was undergoing treatment for pneumonia. The Italian priest arrived in the country in 1990, along with the Sisters of the Missionaries of Charity. The then government allowed the permanent presence of priests to provide the sacraments to nuns. Before arriving in Cambodia, Father Vendramin served as a missionary in Bangladesh for 15 years. He ministered among the people of Cambodia, healing the wounds of their bloody past and visiting the prisoners as long as the government permitted it. Father Massimo Fusarelli has been elected as the new Minister General of the Order of Friars Minor, founded by St Francis of Assisi. A native of Rome, Father Fusarelli was elected for a 6-year term on Tuesday. Cardinal Joao Braz de Aviz, prefect of the Vatican's Congregation for Institutes of Consecrated Life and Societies of Apostolic Life, confirmed the election of the successor of Father Michael Perry of the United States, who was elected Minister General in 2013. Fusarelli joined the Franciscan order at the age of 19 in 1982. In 1989, he took solemn vows and was ordained a priest later that year. Since July 2020, he has been serving as provincial minister of the province of St Bonaventure, which includes the Italian regions of Lazio and Abruzzo. In President Joe Biden's home diocese of Wilmington, Monsignor William Edward Koenig was consecrated as bishop on Tuesday, July the 13th, and installed as the successor of Bishop Francis Maluli. Monsignor Koenig received his episcopal consecration from Archbishop William Lowry of Baltimore in a solemn ceremony that took place at St Elizabeth Church. Apostolic Nuncio Archbishop Christophe Pierre said that a new era has begun for the diocese with the consecration and installation of its new shepherd. He was named the 10th Bishop of Wilmington by the Holy Father Pope Francis on April the 30th. Prior to his nomination, he was serving as vicar for clergy for the Diocese of Rockville Centre. Ordained in 1983, Monsignor Koenig has also served as parochial vicar, vocations director and director of the Ministry to Priests. And those are your latest headlines. Do join us again tomorrow. In the meantime, you can visit swnews.org for more updates. Shalom.